Today's developments aren't doing much to calm Americans' fears about the deadly virus. But health officials are saying don't panic. The news hit this morning. A Texas nurse who treated an infected patient tested positive for Ebola. And in California, a sick passenger on a flight from JFK to Los Angeles triggered an Ebola scare. In Boston, a man is in isolation at the hospital after complaining of Ebola-like symptoms. CBS 2's Hazel Sanchez is here with more. Hazel?
Cindy, officials at Texas Presbyterian Hospital say the nurse wore a gown, gloves, a mask, and shield during every visit with the Ebola patient who died last Wednesday. The Centers for Disease Control says there was a breach in protocol and other caregivers could potentially be exposed.
Hazmat crews spent all day cleaning the Dallas home of a nurse who contracted the Ebola virus. Her neighbors are nervous.
I mean, I'm definitely going to be taking more precautions. It's something that's it's scary, it's creepy that it's just a few houses down.
The Centers for Disease Control say the nurse had extensive contact with Ebola patient Thomas Duncan, who died last week. The unidentified woman is the first person to contract the deadly disease in the United States.
There was a breach in protocol, and that breach in protocol resulted in this infection.
It's not clear exactly how the nurse became infected. CDC Director Dr. Thomas Frieden says she may have touched contaminated protective gear. Hospital officials in Dallas say healthcare workers should not be alarmed.
We're confident that the precautions we have in place right now are protecting our healthcare workers.
A national nurses group based in California conducted a nationwide survey of nearly 2,000 nurses. 85% said their hospital didn't provide adequate education about Ebola. 37% say they don't have enough protective gear.
We are asking for that optimal protection.
2 Boston hospitals are now on high alert after treating a man who may have the Ebola virus. The man who had been to Liberia was isolated after seeking medical attention for head and muscle aches. Today, Los Angeles International Airport crews quickly isolated a United Airlines plane from JFK Airport after a passenger complained of having Ebola-like symptoms. Public health officials quickly determined the woman was not at risk for having the deadly disease.
You can't get frustrated because it's a new thing. The airline doesn't know what to do, the city doesn't know what to do, and they tried to be as hospitable as they could.
On Saturday, JFK Airport began mandatory Ebola screenings of passengers flying in from West Africa, where the disease is widespread. Passengers are interviewed by the CDC and have their temperature taken with a no-touch thermometers.